I think I'm entitled.
You want answers!
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
You were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.
This is a system, Neil. That system is our enemy. But when you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it.
The world is fucking. The earth is flat. Open your mind. I can't tell you more. I know a lot more than that. But you got to do your own investigation. You know what? Start with the motherfucking moon. If we landed on the moon, once you discover that, and you get over that, then you know you could open your mind and then you could...
See, I know it's in Texas, probably Tennessee. They says, fooled me once. Shame on you. It fooled me, we can't get fooled again. Too many OBGYN.
For Chris, what was high school like for you?
Well, it was the 1980s, so the music was different, the hairstyle was different, the clothes we wore were different than today, but probably in 5 or 10 years it'll be the same. And in school, I was just like you, probably all of you there. I tried my best. I didn't always succeed, didn't always do well, but I put my best effort into school. Math and science were kind of my favorite subject. I didn't really like English and reading too much, but I've since grown out of that and I enjoy reading now. And I played a lot of sports. And all of that happened in a little town called York, Maine, across the United States from where we're talking to you right now. And all of that happened in a little town called York, Maine, across the United States from where we're talking to you right now. And I played a lot of sports. And all of that happened in a little town called York, Maine, across the United States from where we're talking to you right now.
You said you hate me, I just love you more. You don't want me, I just want you more. Does that tell you the truth? Does that tell you the truth? I know it's sad, but it's making me happy. Man. Because I say the truth. Because that's why you hate me. Man, I'm not trying to insult intelligence. I was lied just like you, man. I went to the same fucking schools. I was taught the same fucking shit, man. Listen, just open your eyes. I'm just trying to open your mind. That's all I'm trying to do.
Before we can send astronauts into space on Orion, we have to test all of its systems. And there's only one way to know if we got it right. Fly it in space. For Orion's first flight, no astronauts will be aboard. The spacecraft is loaded with sensors to record and measure all aspects of the flight in every detail. It all begins with launch aboard a Delta IV Heavy rocket. As it punches into Earth orbit, Orion will jettison its launch abort system. The abort system is a safety feature designed to pull Orion and its crew out of danger if there were a problem with the rocket during ascent. Orion's journey is just beginning. As the spacecraft and the upper stage begin their first lap around Earth, Mission Control in Houston is monitoring the progress of the flight. Orion's over 100 miles up and going about 17,000 miles per hour. Just as it passes over the Indian Ocean, we lose communication. This is expected. The communications link we have through satellites to Orion is momentarily lost, but Orion continues to receive and process data. Its computers can handle 480 million instructions per second. Imagine you are traveling with Orion as the flight test continues. One orbit completed. Time to go. The upper stage of the rocket fires again. Like the setup for a roller coaster ride, this is the big climb we've been waiting for. We are headed 3,600 miles above Earth. 15 times higher from the planet than the International Space Station. As we get further away from Earth, we'll pass through the Van Allen belt. 15 times higher from the planet than the International Space Station. As we get further away from Earth, we'll pass through the Van Allen belts. We'll pass through the Van Allen belts, an area of dangerous radiation. Get further away from Earth, we'll pass through the Van Allen belts, an area of dangerous radiation. Radiation like this can harm the guidance systems, onboard computers, or other electronics on Orion. Naturally, we have to pass through this danger zone twice, once up and once back.
Don't hate me.
Pain, it's insane. We're back in the same chapter again, and it's sad, but it's true. When I'm laying here with you, there ain't nothing anyone could ever say, ever do. Cause the more you put me through, the more.
Who said you walked on the moon when you didn't? Calling the kettle black, if I ever thought of it. Saying I misrepresented myself. Away from me. You're a coward and a liar.
Still brutal, violent, aggressive, acquisitive, competitive, and he's built a society along this line.
You want me to knock you in the head?
Well, I want you to swear to God on the Bible that you walked on the moon.
Okay.
If you walked on the moon, we're given the opportunity to swear to God that you walked on the moon.
I'm going to give you the opportunity to get the hell knocked out of you so you don't leave me alone.
So why don't you just put the end to the record in the argument and put your hand on the Bible, swear to God you walked on the moon.
Mr. Several, knowing you, that's probably a fake Bible.
Well, you're talking to the wrong guy. Why don't you talk to the administrator in NASA? We're passengers. We're guys going on a flight.
I don't hit people, but you're going to be on the deck unless you get
I'm heading out. I appreciate it.
And get the hell out of the clubhouse.
It's okay.
Well,
take your stuff and
look, you crazy.
Why don't you quote me and say it's bullshit?
And the shadows in her uncle. I don't give a damn about all that shit.
Of lunar orbit being falsified.
Being falsified?
Correct. We've got an unedited tape from a source at the Johnson Space Center.
That's totally nonsense. Mr. Seibel, you do not deserve answers.
If you show this publicly, you're open for a lawsuit. Okay?
We're on the fucking moon. Over. Roger, Tranquility. We copy that. We cannot believe you are on the fucking moon. Repeat, cannot fucking believe it. Over. The moon, for Christ's sake. The moon. Over. You're cleared to hook up lunar equipment conveyor to fucking walk on the moon. Over. I'm descending the ladder. See the Earth. The entire planet Earth. Love of Christ. We read you, Tranquility. Over. On the bottom rung of the ladder. Just one more step and I'm... Tranquility. Holy living fuck. Are you fucking believing this? Over. We read you. Over.
I hope the two of you are not concerned about this.
Tranquility. Holy living fuck. leaving this over? We read you, over.
I hope the two of you are not concerned about this.
Put me through, the more makes me wanna come back to you. You say you hate me, I just love you more. You don't want me, I just want you more.
The horizon is always flat. Look at the horizon. Always fucking flat. I did a lot of fucking research, man. I always fucking knew. I always fucking knew. And fuck schools for teaching us that. Fuck them.
Put me through, the more makes me wanna come back to you. You say you hate me, I just love you more.